Questions are intensifying over the legality of the City of Tshwane Council meeting that suspended City Manager Johann Mettler. Mettler's legal team argues that the meeting was unlawful, claiming councillors received less than the required 72-hour notice, no agenda or minutes were circulated, and that the Speaker Ntshingila improperly rejected the votes of 13 DA councillors. They say due process was ignored in a rushed effort to remove the city manager.
A final decision, and they communicated to Mr. Mnisi. That is how desperate they are to implement these unlawful resolutions. They had no legal duty to implement that resolution or finalize that process in the face of the interdict proceedings, but they did it. And we submit with respect that their conduct is calculated to frustrate any interim relief that this court might have granted, and regrettably, they have succeeded.
The Speaker's legal team argued that the Democratic Alliance has failed to prove that an urgent court interdict is necessary.
Hearing this application on urgent application, on urgent, when it can be dealt with at a later stage in the review proceedings, will not serve the public or the residents of the City of Tshwane. There are allegations, serious allegations which are made against Mr. Mettler. Whether he admits or he denies those allegations, the fact of the matter is that there are allegations which are made and the public is privy to those allegations. The city has acted on those allegations in consideration to his response. It's not in the public interest that the court hear the urgent application or grant the interdict on urgent application, which will have an impact of delaying accountability on the part of the city manager.
Meanwhile, Action SA says the Tshwane mayor was legally required to table the disciplinary matter before the council, giving councillors the opportunity to access the allegations.
The mayor was obliged to bring this process to council in terms of legislation governing the discipline of senior managers. There was no prerogative given to the mayor in legislation as to whether or not this case should have been brought to council, because the legislation requires that it must be brought, and that at the first opportunity for parties to express themselves on the credibility of these allegations, Action SA, including its mayor, voted against the suspension of the municipal manager and against the idea that the CFO should be returning to work with his infractions being regarded as minor in nature.
The court has reserved judgment until Friday, with the ruling set to be uploaded electronically. The outcome is expected to determine whether the suspension of Mettler was lawful and whether the council meeting that approved it complied with legal and procedural requirements. Nonhlanhla for SABC News, Pretoria.